What's up everyone on the internet? Thank you for making this video party. I'm so excited to upload this one for you guys because we're finally in October, which means it's time to take a look at some good old-fashioned monster movies. And we're going big this year as we'll be taking a look at several films related to two of cinema's biggest monsters, Godzilla and King Kong. So to start things off, we'll be taking a look at a film that I have been dying to see, and that would be Shin Godzilla. For me, Godzilla was always my favorite movie monster, and while I like films like Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong, I've always liked some of the more original films where we see Godzilla as the overall main villain. So Shin Godzilla was released back in 2016 by Toho Studios, which is the original studio that came up with this iconic monster. Anyway, the movie serves as sort of an homage to the very first Godzilla film, where we see how society would react if we saw this strange creature come up out of the ocean. And what I like about this film, in comparison to the original Godzilla movie, while that story dealt with the dangers of nuclear testing, Shin Godzilla deals with the dangers of dumping nuclear waste into our oceans. So the movie starts things off and we see this large tail come out of the water, and while this thing is minding its own business, the entire Japanese government is freaking out as to what the heck just came out of the water. That's another thing you should also know about this film, is that there are a lot of government meetings. Honestly, this film should have been called Godzilla versus the Japanese government. But when you think about it, this is probably what would happen if we saw this strange creature come up out of the ocean, as our government would hold several meetings with different branches and committees in order to help better understand this monster and how to deal with it. Anyway, one of the things that I liked about this movie is that for the first time, we get to see the evolution of Godzilla throughout the entire film. In most movies, Godzilla is already established as this giant reptilian monster, but in this film, we learned that this Godzilla originated from constantly dumping nuclear waste into the water, which then led to an animal feeding off that waste and soon became a giant tail that stuck out of the ocean. And as we continue on with the movie, we see that tail evolve into something with legs as it crawls across the city in a rampage before learning how to stand and become more like the Godzilla that we know and love. That's also another thing that I liked about this film, is that there are several callbacks to the original movie where we see practical effects being used by putting a guy in a suit and having him crawl over the floor before digitally enhancing it to make the monster look a lot bigger. We also hear some iconic sounds, including the original Godzilla roar from the 1954 movie and the original Godzilla theme as he casually walks through the city. And while this new Godzilla gives us a lot of callbacks to the original, it also shows us a few surprises, like a new form of atomic breath. Also, because of films like Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, we're used to seeing Godzilla as the hero of the story, so it's always nice to see this character go back to his roots as this unstoppable force of nature and destruction. But one thing you should know is that while the Godzilla moments are fun to watch, he's in the movie for about 10 minutes at least, because most of the movie deals with the struggles a government would face if they encounter a real Godzilla and the hoops they'd have to jump through in order to come with a plan to deal with this monster. So while 20% of the movie focuses on the evolution of Godzilla, which is kind of horrifying to watch as we see this creature adapt and evolve in the most grotesque ways, 80% of the movie focuses on the political problems that Godzilla would cause. At one point, the film decides to have its music video moment as we see our team of scientists come up with a way to stop Godzilla. And I gotta tell you, that part threw me off, but if I'm gonna be honest, it was pretty funny. But despite the countless meetings, I pretty much enjoyed this movie. Now, is it my favorite Godzilla movie? I'm not sure yet. Maybe if I watch it a few more times, I'll enjoy it more. But if you're a diehard Godzilla fan, you may want to check this movie out, as it sort of serves as a modern adaptation of the original film. So if you're in the mood for Godzilla, you should definitely take a look at Shin Godzilla. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. That was my overall review for Shin Godzilla. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button so you can get the latest updates from this channel. I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Bye-bye.